Ladies and gentlemen, yeah, this is Rock and Roll Spot coming at you with the weekly comic book live stream. Sorry I'm late. Had to take care of a few things beforehand. Also made sure to feed myself before starting up this time. Okay, so we got a handful of books this week. We'll start off with Avengers #2. Following, of course, following up what happened in Avengers #1 with the final host arriving. So, start off, Thor's narrating the issue, it seems, while, or actually, no, Doctor Strange. Well, no, somebody is narrating the issue. We see, we get quick little glimpses into what everyone's up to. Cap, Thor, and Iron Man going off into battle. Doctor Strange and Black Panther fighting bugs underground. Captain Marvel trying to make sure Celestials don't destroy stuff when they land. Ghost Rider fighting bugs in LA. They do a really good job of it too, actually. Shocked, he's surprised, of course. And he blames the car for getting him into all this. So he hops in the car to figure out what the hell's going on. Cut back to New York. Jen Walters is standing in front of one of the downed Celestials, just going, what? Let's be honest. I think all of us would probably just, if a Celestial fell, 20 feet in front of us, just be like, what the fuck is this thing? She tries to talk herself out. Kind of, hey, no, don't get involved. Don't get involved. It's above your pay grade. And then the bugs. And Bugs coming after her. What does she do? She hulks out. And Hulk squish. And rip, too. Meanwhile, Thor is going for a full frontal assault. While Tony's trying to analyze the final host. Tony's assessment is that, his AI just started laughing at him. So he doesn't think there is a weakness, while Thor first states that in his experience, no creature that has a face much enjoys having it bludgeoned. He pretty swatted away. Also, it looks like we're going to be having a lot of Cap lightheartedly reminiscing about some of his World War II exploits. For example, sinking a battleship with nothing but a shield. Taking out 30 Nazis with a pocket knife. Usual stuff. All that stuff we learn about in the history books. Celestial has fallen out in front of She-Hulk, however, it turns out isn't dead. He tries to communicate with her. In fact, even briefly helps her. Explains, I presume through telepathy, that his name is Isan. But she can't fully understand what he's saying. Isan claims to be a cure, but cure for what? And as she asks, she's teleported away to the desert, where she gets in a head-on collision with Ghost Rider. Quite literally. His car hits her. But anyways, back to the big three, who are having no luck whatsoever against the Celestials. Captain Marvel has Alpha Flight Station send her Omega level warp grenades attuned to the coordinates of the sun. Oh, hey, it's not the worst idea in the world. Hey, giant thing attacking. Let's teleport it into the sun. Like I mentioned, we're back to She-Hulk and Ghost Rider. They do the old, hey, we're meeting for the first time. Let's fight. It's actually it looks really cool. I mean, Ed McGuinness draws fun comics. I mean, he could probably make Watchmen look actually kind of fun. Mainly because he gives everyone muscles that have muscles and additional muscles. Okay, not really. He's not 90s bad, but he's a very fun artist to look at the work of. I mean, look at that. Isn't that fun? Doesn't that just look cool? Or at least amusing? I really hope they manage to keep him on this book for a while, especially if the book's bi-weekly, with what appears to be its bi-weekly schedule, or twice monthly schedule, I should say. So, anyway, Carol and Tony go to put the grenades on the Celestials. So wrong, they destroy the Quinjet. And they've, of course, they got to save Tony. They got to save Steve because that Quinjet, he can't fly at all. Meanwhile, Isan has gotten up and is fighting the final host. And then cut back to She-Hulk and Ghost Rider continuing their fight. And Ghost Rider is actually trying to reach out and say, hey, look, I'm not your enemy, okay? But She-Hulk's kind of thing, you're not Hulk, that means you're the enemy. Then the ground kind of swells up. It looks like the bugs are surrounding them. So anyways, back to Isan fighting the final host, but they've been kind of picking on him, and the Grim Reaper looking one kills Isan and takes off his head. And we find out just who it is who's been narrating this issue the entire time. Why? None other than Loki, the greatest Avenger that ever lived. He has become friends with the final host, apparently. And he's just here to lend a helping hand as they avenge the greatest wrong of all time and correct the grievous mistake they made 1 million years ago. Salvation through global extinction. And it begins now. And yes, there's good old Loki. Because what would a gathering of Earth's mightiest heroes be without a certain trickster god, right? Anyway, so that's the second issue of this Avengers series. I'm really digging Jason Aaron and Ed McGuinness together on this. I'm looking forward to reading more of it. Anywho, moving on, we've got Quicksilver, No Surrender, spinning out of the recent Avengers epic, No Surrender. So, in No Surrender, Quicksilver had to run faster than he's ever run before with a magical boost from Wanda, Scarlet Witch, and all to stop a beacon that was keeping all the heroes frozen. He did it, but it appeared that he died in the process. Turns out he just kind of unhinged himself from time. And so he kind of does this whole, I did it. I don't want everyone thank me at once. But he realizes that everyone's frozen. Or rather, first he thinks they're frozen, then he realizes that he's unstuck from time. He does take a moment to be a petty jerk about it, and does make it up as a clown and take a selfie with him. Runs along and finds Human Torch and Rogue, and gives him a couple of signs saying, each say I was stupid, pointing at the other. A good portion of the issue is him narrating. And he hears something, though, and sees some creature try to kill someone. So, like as superheroes do, he tries to stop them. He fights and realizes that what he's fighting kind of looks like him. As he describes it, it looks like a picture of me drawn by an angry child. It's as fast as I am. Its fists feel like lightning. It fights as hard as I do, but I want to quit, but I can't. To be perfectly honest, a lot of this issue kind of feels like the Quicksilver portion of X Factor number 87, was it? Let's see. This is the one I think it is. Yeah, X Factor 87. Now, in X Factor 87, the team went through therapy in the aftermath of Executioner's Song with Doc Samson. Quicksilver talks about a great moment. Tell me, doctor, have you ever stood in line at a banking machine behind a person who didn't know how to use it? You wanted to buy stamps at the post office, and the fellow in front of you wants to know every single way he can ship his package to Istanbul. Or got some counter idiot at Burger King who can't comprehend Whopper no pickles. And as he puts it, his life is, when you're in those situations, your life is slowed to a crawl by the inabilities or the inconvenient behavior of others. It's not a rational or considered attitude to have, but there it is. Now imagine that everyone you work with, everywhere you go, your entire world is full of people who can't work cash machines. It's basically kind of this whole, this is why I'm an asshole moment. It's honestly is one of the greatest moments of 90s comics. It's an issue not about punching people. It's an issue about people dealing with what's wrong. Anyway, so a lot of this issue does feel like an expanded version of that, mainly because it's Quicksilver talking. I mean, yes, you do get him fighting this thing. And he defeats it and realizes that the person being attacked is the guy he used to get his coffee from. Anyway, so he runs up the side of a building and notices there are lightning tracks of different colors all throughout the city. Maybe this isn't a coincidence after all. Yeah, that's how it begins. There's actually a very little bit of dialogue. One, Quicksilver's, basically saying, hey, I saved the world, don't everybody clap at once. And then near the end, as he's making his realization, he fights the thing off and kind of defeats him. He's like, that's what you get for copying my face, you whatever the hell you are. Then when he actually tries to say something to the guy he saved, that's when he realizes who it is. But yeah, it's interesting. We know from the end of No Surrender that Wanda, at least Wanda, if not also Dr. Voodoo will be getting, or Brother Voodoo will be getting involved. To an extent, no, we'll see. Anyway, so now that we've finished the our Avengers family books, let's move on to the X-Men family with the X-Men Wedding Special. So for those unaware, Colossus and Shadowcat, longtime X-Men couple, are soon to tie the knot. I think it's one of those, about damn time kind of things, Anyway, so like I said, they're getting ready to tie the knot. This actually has 3 short stories, including one by one of the essential X-Men writers, Chris Claremont. So, all right, first off, we have The Dream Before. This focuses on Kitty Pryde. We learn that she has a recurring nightmare, which she has somehow managed to keep secret from everyone, including her friends who are telepaths. So way back at the end of Joss Whedon's run on Astonishing X-Men, which I might add, one of the best, one of the greatest comic runs to date. Basically boils down to a giant bullet is fired at the Earth. And so Kitty got into it and phased it so it would pass right through the Earth. But she couldn't phase back out. Phasing the bullet through the Earth was so taxing her, she was stuck there, seemingly forever. Of course. But as fate would have it, she was free. Well, she also talks about her life. We kind of get the who is Kitty Pryde story, real quick versions. She grew up in Deerfield, Illinois. Maybe she's a bit smarter than her own good, and she joined the X-Men. And one of the first things she learned is that not everybody is too fond of mutants. And some want to control them, some want to kill them. She's had all manner of problems, which she has gotten over. Including her parents' divorce, her father's death, leaving the X-Men, coming back to the X-Men eventually, leaving again, losing friends, losing family. And then it leads up to her working in a bar called Bells of Hell. And I'm honestly not sure if this is some kind of thing going on in Kitty's head or what. Anyways, she tends bar with Lockheed hanging out with her old pet dragon. Then Kurt shows up, joins her, and then we've got her lover from the past, Alistair. His ghost appears, and Logan's ghost is sitting at the bar next to her dad's. She talks for a while, and it's never, I don't know, I'm not sure if it's a dream or what, but then again, there's also a large portion I haven't read of X-Men Gold. So for all I know, she does have a job tending bar in New York. But yeah, basically, she gets advice from all three ghosts. Logan telling her, trust your heart. I won't let you down. Alistair saying, don't fear the man or the moment. And her father saying, embrace them both. And basically, yeah, she is, yeah, she's gonna do the whole getting married thing. Anyways, cut to boys' night out, um, which is the bachelor party, which was alluded to a few issues back in X-Men Gold. So we start off with months ago during Secret Empire, we see Storm and Old Man Logan fighting a demon. Apparently, it happened in X-Men Gold #7. Then we cut to now. Wong's off at the Hotel Inferno. Wong's letting the demon go. Apparently, this guy has in a remarkably short period of time managed to drive off dozens of customers. You attack and break everyone you suspect of cheating, quite frankly, scaring the clientele. Of course, the demon counters with they come to be scared. Everyone that works here is a demon. And yes, but you see, this one is always the only one that's broadcasting the hatred of humans. So Wong, hey, I give you a month's severance. I'm sorry though. Of course, the X-Men come to Vegas for the bachelor party of one Piotr Rasputin, aka Colossus. You got Nightcrawler, Iceman, Gambit, the Pyro, and of course Colossus. Colossus very much does not want to go to a strip club, but they're going to take him to a casino, and he's like, no, I don't really want to go to a casino either, but hey. So they go to Hotel Inferno. They're hanging out, playing some having fun, and then Iceman tells Peter, hey, in all honesty, just take a night to not be an X-Man, just relax. And our demon friend, Krellick, asks Bobby, did you say this man's an X-Man? Yeah, we both are. And Krellick attacks. Fight begins. Well, yeah, everyone gets involved. Then Peter gets to let off some steam, basically, fighting a demon. Gambit states that this is going to be the best evening ever. But they manage to stop him, and then Wong stops the fight. Krellick explains what happened. Peter does the same, and Wong's like, okay, well. One blow of property damage later, they go on to the Nugget Gambling Hall and Casino, where things pick up in the events of X-Men Gold #26. Basically, Peter gets kidnapped while they hang out and kind of and he acts miserable, and we're also like, come on, dude, it's not your funeral. Then we have the final tale, Something Old. So now Kitty Pryde's bachelorette party. After what happened in Vegas, she kind of doesn't entirely want to have one either, but a whole bunch of ex-ladies are certain that she needs to have one and have threatened a mutiny if she doesn't. So Vegas is brought up, and she's like, look how well that went, huh? So anyways, it's just the karaoke, right? What can go wrong? It's stripperoke. So we've got Psylocke, Rogue, Phoenix, Megan, Storm, Dr. Reyes. Yeah. Kitty Bates says she is never one of the villains to attack more than right now. After the traditional bachelorette party accoutrements are placed on her, and Megan insists that she sing Islands in the Stream with her. And say she will be the Kenny Logs, while what Kitty does the Dolly Parton's part. Of course, Kitty corrects her. And has to step away from the bathroom and wishes that the brood would attack. And then her and Rogue talk about seemingly Rogue and Gambit are back together and things, seem to be good. And then she's hit with a stun gun. And kidnapped by Callisto, her former cellmate. They talk a bit. They fight a bit. And Callisto then explains this is a warning. That if Kitty hurts Peter, Callisto will make sure Kitty regrets it. So she's not going to hurt Kitty. So yeah. Anyways, after their little chat, Kitty goes back to the party and finds the wedding bachelorette party gift that's been left by, of all people, Emma Frost, wishing her an astonishing day. And the party begins in full. And soon, I think we're 3 issues out from the wedding itself. So it should be coming out, I want to say next month or at the latest the month after, depending on shipping schedules for next month. I actually don't have a preview for them, so I can't say definitively. Anyways, next on the list is X-Men Red number 4. So where we left off, Jean Grey's X-Team, flying back to Wakanda on a Sentinel, was attacked by a mind-controlled storm. Dun, dun, dun. Yeah, I like the, But, anywho. Nightcrawler says, "Hey, I can get us out here." Then Jean says, "No. Let's make Storm think that she's drowned us, and then she's gonna take on Storm." So, anyways, it turns out there's a nanite up in Storm's head, which we find after Storm attacks Gentle and is finally taken down. But there's a nanite. It's basically doing what biased clickbait headlines do, but on a much more lethal scale. So they managed to get the nanite out, and they study it. Trinari's got some ideas, but they also explain that they can't stay in Wakanda. So Kurt kind of reminds her when they do have an offer from Namor. So Jean's team moves to Atlantis. Get a brief history lesson. They walk around a bit and Well, the all new Wolverine and Honey Badger have apparently seen a mermaid, and Jean kind of gives Wolverine a look like, really? She says, what? Being Wolverine doesn't make me impervious to the wonder of a fucking mermaid. And then explains to Namor that he has to put on some damn clothes. They needed to put some clothes on. After all, he is walking around in his scaled Speedo. Turns out that Trinary has made, in Wakanda, made suits that would serve as a firewall of sorts. So there are reasons for the suit. Honey Badger says, not to worry. The sooner that he helps, the sooner he can show up Abslantis again. I don't think he liked that whole comment that much. And so Jean declares that their new mutant nation starts there. Meanwhile, in Europe, Africa, Asia, and North America, all at once, Cassandra Nova is talking to heads of state, explaining that, and she has Joseph Forge has made the nanite in question that got to the storm. It's called a Sentinite, which makes people able to detect mutants the same way a Sentinel can. And in fact, the African leader she's speaking with, once it installs, he turns to one of his generals, pulls a gun, and says, "Mutant," and fires. And once he's done, he's shocked. Our children played together. And Cassandra, of course, goes, I've given the same gift to like-minded leaders. The mutants can never hide again. Should make for an interesting issue 5. Actually, but however, what will be next from X-Men Red will be the X-Men Red Annual, which comes out either next week or the week after. It should be kind of a get back and go kind of between the end of Phoenix Resurrection and the beginning of X-Men Red. Next up, we've got the last all-new Wolverine. Continuing the old woman Laura story. So, Laura Kinney, Queen of Madripoor, Wolverine. She's dying, got her final mission. She's gonna take down Doom. First, she begins with Gabby Honey Badger holding Laura on the smashed up throne of Victor Von Doom. Cut back to an hour ago. They're holding Maria Hill's dead body. Hawkeye insisted they buried her. Laura says, no. She doesn't get buried here. We bury her once the world is right. And so they go after. They find out that everyone is imprisoned underneath the throne room, and all that's in the throne room are Doom and his Doom bots. So Janet Van Doom bots, Honey Badger, and Hawkeye go after the prisoners, whereas Carol gets to smash. But Carol and Laura get into the throne room and realize that something's wrong. It's just too easy. Carol gets taken down by Doom. Do you think you're going to kill me, Laura? Because gods have tried and failed, which she says while pointing at Mjolnir. He then brings up that he hired her to murder someone once when she was a child. She was very effective. But she is clearly not that creature anymore. It's a shame. Laura says, no, she's not. And she wants to know how far. Doom wants to know how far she's come. She wraps her hands around the handle of Mjolnir and can't lift him. Which she says, well, maybe not quite as far as I hoped. And everyone pretty much agrees that would have been awesome. Including me. That would have been awesome. So anyways, they got to the prisoner. Wasp and yes, it is Kate Bishop. It is Kate Bishop Hawkeye. Wasp leads Kate and Gabby down to where the prisoners are. While Doom, they come upon Carol as well. Doom and Laura continue their detente. World leader, of course. Certainly not superhero, super villain. And she knocks off his head. Continues to laugh. Two giant Doom bots pick her up. And Doom reveals himself. He's dying. The armor is barely keeping on. In fact, he's not even wearing what would be recognized as Doom armor. But he has a plan. He's going to upload his mind into her body. Because his body's frail, dying. Hers will go on. Hers cannot be harmed. Meanwhile, Gabby, Carol, and Kate discover the other heroes. So we got Daniel Cage, Captain America, Gambit, Rocket Raccoon, Daredevil, Miles. Oh crap! I can't remember. But Spider-Man, Thor. So we end up in the merging mind of X-23 and Doctor Doom. And Doctor Doom realizes Laura's dying. She's in agony. And so he dies. As this continues on, and then water linked, Laura kicks him in the stomach, pops her toe claw, killing him. And then Cap and Thor take care of the two Doombots. Then Gabby and Laura reunited with their elder sister Belle. Janet Van Doombot takes down the dome. And seems like the end is coming for Laura. She says, it's okay. She's content with the end here. She made the world a better place. The heroes won. Now she gets to watch the sun shine on the last dark spot of our world. Gabby's like, fuck that. You promised, Laura promised Gabby that she'd never leave her. Dying counts. So they're going to talk to every scientist, alien, magician, witch, and actual god we know. So we're going to fix you. They walk off into a new day in Liberia. And so the series has come to an end. Now, beginning in July, will be X-23. Again. I'm guessing we're soon to be getting a new Wolverine title after the Hunt for Wolverine wraps up in about 4 months, or 3 months actually. So probably just getting ready for that. Next on the list is Hunt for Wolverine, Claws of a Killer. This was probably the one I was least looking forward to of the four. Um, whatever. But this one focuses on 3 enemies of Wolverine who have, since his death, kind of sort of taken a shine to being good guys. Sabretooth, Lady Deathstrike, and Wolverine's own son, Dakanaka Hero, who was briefly the Dark Wolverine. Starts off in Mayville, Arizona. Population 343 a week ago. People are at the bar watching the game, and then power goes out again. So they go to call a power station, go up, look, God, Larry at the power station on his damn phone. Whatever. The handle kind of froze off. They hear that bunk, so they're going to check it out. And there's Wolverine standing over Larry's dead body. And then he kills the guys, and it looks like the power's back on. But they something is let loose the power station. Big green light. Everybody starts bleeding from all over. Now, a week later, Chester's Bar, Manhattan. Daken orders a whiskey, neat. Meets up with Creed and Deathstrike. Deathstrike says something has happened. He tells him something's happened to Logan. Of course, Daken's initial thought is, oh, you mean my father, the one who's, in a giant Logan-shaped glob of metal? That father? And she explains that the Reavers broke in, found the metal grave was empty. Creed kind of backs up with the word is, Daddy ain't rotten. He's out and about, according to Deathstrike. Of course, some arguments. Daken's trying to use his pheromones to fuck with Deathstrike and Creed. I'm guessing because Creed's had his mind fucked with so much, it just doesn't do a damn thing to him. We begin to fight. And, on the other side, though, seems like maybe they'll work together. Back in Maybell, 4 days ago, there's a kill team checking everybody out the town. Seems everybody's dead. All 343 subjects terminated. Findings inconclusive. But whatever that thing is, the power station is still glowing. Deathstrike makes her case to Daken. Come on. So does Creed. It's basically the "we want to kill Wolverine" club. And Deathstrike pretty much explains that she didn't call Daken for personal reasons or any personal reasons he might have. She called him because of his abilities. And so they head to Maybell. Town's deserted. Deathstrike and Creed both gonna check things out. Creed takes the keys. Dakin does. Dakin just wants to stay in the car. Like whatever. I don't care what anyone says. Logan, my father's not here. Well, Dakin just has to get out of the car after all, since Creed took the keys. And first he's gonna do before leaving though is get a drink. What he finds is a bar full of soldiers and a zombie that bites him. Then a bunch of other zombies that attack him. And he's not healing. Kill team reports in that it's been partial but unsuccessful reanimation. There's an intruder. Dakin. And of course in a scene reminiscent of a shot for one of the best moments in George Romero's Day of the Dead. Dakin is swarmed by zombies. So I'll ask, what the fuck is this? So we have our three clawed killers fighting zombies while looking for Wolverine. Interesting. Anyways, last book of the week, Cable number 157. This is proving to be probably the most disjointed story I have read in a very long time. The issues don't really seem to connect. It's just okay, here's Cable dealing with Metis here. Okay, here's Cable and Hope dealing with it in the future when she was a kid. And now we've got Cable and Nate Gray dealing with it at various points. And it's actually set after Cable number 54, way back in the 90s. So Nate Gray pops into Cable's safe house. Blacksmith insists, hey, you need to kill him, okay? Kill him. Why are you letting him live? Kill him. Cable is like, no. He's family. And then Metis appears and apparently it seems that Nate had a run-in with Metis and was trying to warn Cable it was coming. And Metis promptly smacks Nate down. And then Nate seems to destroy Metis' head. And they time slide out to another safe house of Cable's at the end of time, where they run into three more Cables. One who's much more, much more of a, Black Ops soldier type. One who's more of a shaman, and one who's kind of more technovirus than man. They talk a bit. It's coming. Nate tries to, check out their minds, but each one has got different versions of how things went. We see the shaman being raised by Red and Slim in the future and being taught more, being taught things like about meditation, levitating meditation, no less. The soldier one is learning warfare at the hands of someone. I think it's Red, but I think it's supposed to be Red, but I'm not sure who is with her. Then you got Red and Slim teaching, Cable. Then you got the more techno one looking at techno-organic landscape. Some arguing, and they all pull their time machines. Eventually, the more violent of the bunch decides he's gonna go get some sleep. You know, wake me up when it's my watch. Anyways, Cable sleeps, has an odd dream, he falls, and then Techno Arm grows out to save him. And they find that Commando Cable, I guess, has been killed. Arm ripped off its rotator cuff. Arm seems to be the only part that wasn't techno-organic. So they all take a test to prove that, yes, they are really Cable. And then Menace shows up in the wall and consumes the more techno-organic one. They try to fight it, and it takes the shaman too. Then Nate fires a massive blast of energy through Menace, seemingly stopping him. And Nate manages to figure out what's going on with Cable and Menace. Basically, Cable created Menace. And so, once again, they time slot away, but Menace survives. And next month, we'll be back during Cable's X-Force days. So that's kind of neat. It's like this is probably the most disjointed story I've ever read. I'm sure I'm hoping that it connects back and we can start getting to telling stories, telling a sort of flow as opposed to just a handful of connected issues. Anyway, that's all I got for this week. I'm gonna try and put something up soon. Got another Magic the Gathering related video in the works. Should have that up in a few days. We'll have a review of Deadpool 2 probably Saturday. Anywho, that's all I got. As always, feel free to like, share, and subscribe. You can follow me on social media. Links to my Facebook, Twitter, and as well as my Patreon page are all in the description box down below. This is Rock and Roll Spock, as always, saying, live long and rock hard.